Good morning, students. Hari Om. As today we are going to start with a new chapter of geography, that is India's drainage system. So, let us study about it. So, in this chapter, the objective is to study about the drainage systems and the rivers of India. So, first let us understand what is drainage. Now, what does drainage describes? The drainage describes the river system in an area. What is the drainage describing? The drainage is describing the river system in an area. So drainage is nothing but it is the study of river pattern of a region which is known as a drainage system. Now, what is drainage basin? The area drained by a single river system. Drainage basin is nothing but it is an area which is drained by a single river system. So it is a natural arrangement of a river and a tributary which is called as a drainage pattern. Now when we talk about this drainage, as this is an example, this is a diagram of drainage basin. Now this drainage pattern of Indian rivers which are divided into four parts, that is dendritic drainage pattern, trellis drainage pattern, rectangular drainage pattern and radial pattern. These are the four patterns of this drainage. So in this portion, first we are going to study in detail is about the river basin and what is water divide. Now these are two important terms which is given in this chapter. The first one is drainage basin. Drainage basin means river basin, which is nothing but it is a basin in an area of a land which is drained by a river and its tributary. So the area which is drained by a single river system, that is the main river and its tributary, is nothing but it is called as a river basin. Now here in river basin, what happens? In river basin, the river with its tributaries are coming from different directions and they meet. Here the rivers along with its tributaries, they come from all different directions and they meet. Now what happened after here? The water of these rivers is emptied into a flat land, water reservoirs, sea or a desert. Thus then what happens over here is when a flow of a river flow through its system in any area is called a river basin. Now when you talk about river basin, Amazon river has the largest river basin in the world, whereas in India the basin of river Ganga is the largest. So in the world, Amazon river has the largest river basin and river Ganga basin is the largest which is in India. Now we are going to study about is the water divide. Now when you talk about water divide is nothing but when a mountain or a upland. Now what happens if there is a flat surface of a land but something if it is at the upper portion, that is elevated. Elevated means towards the height. So that elevated area of an upland is because it can be of mountain or an upland. What does it does? It separates the flow of water from one another. So what happens? The obstacle which is created in the between is separating the water to move from both different direction. So that is called as a water divide. Okay, that is called as a water divide. So water divide is nothing but it is an elevated area or an upland that separates two drainage basin from each other. Now, as I told you, drainage. The term drainage describes the river system of an area. Do you know that all the rivers of an area are meeting at one point and then they drain into a larger water body, such as it can be a lake or an ocean? Yes, a drainage system is an area which is drained by a single river. A mountain or upland is separating the basin, and when it separates the basin, such separation is called as water divide. So this is an example which is given of water divide, that how a basin when is separated by a water divides is divided into two parts. Now, when you talk about drainage system of India, the drainage system of India, that is the river, which is divided into two major groups. The first one is the Himalayan river and the another one is the peninsular river. So first we are going to study about the Himalayan river. Now let us see what is there in Himalayan river. So before studying about Himalayan river, let us understand first is the drainage system of India. Now India has a varied physiography. At some part it has high mountains, whereas at some part it has a flat plain. Now drainage pattern is dependent on the physiography of a place. Based on the physical features of India, a drainage system, or you can say a rivers, which are divided into two parts. As I told you, Himalayan rivers and peninsular river. So now let us first study about the Himalayan rivers now. Okay. Now let us study about the Himalayan rivers. Now when you talk about Himalayan rivers, rivers originating from Himalaya are called Himalayan rivers. Now, whichever rivers are originating from Himalaya, those rivers are called as Himalayan rivers. Now, the three most important rivers are Sindhu, Brahmaputra and Ganga. Sindhu, Ganga and Brahmaputra are the three most important rivers of Himalaya. Now, Himalayan river contains water throughout the year. Now, these Himalaya rivers are containing water throughout the year. Why? Because of the glaciers present over there. Now because there is glacier present over there, and thus this glacier, the snow starts melting and it comes down in a form of a water. Therefore these Himalayan rivers are called as perennial rivers. They are called as perennial rivers, means throughout the year it has a water content over there. Now Himalaya river contain water throughout the year. Because it contains water throughout the year, it is called as what? Perennial rivers. Now these rivers are perennial rivers because of two reasons. If someone will ask you why Himalayan rivers are perennial, Himalayan rivers are perennial because of the heavy rains in monsoon. It increases the volume of water in the river. First is what? Heavy rain is increasing the volume of water in the river, and another is the melting of snow of Himalaya. The snow which is present towards the Himalaya is also adding water to during the summertime. And these rivers have curved deep gorges. Now gorges is nothing but it is a narrow valley between hills and mountains. It is what? Gorge is nothing but it is a narrow valley between hills and mountains. So it is carved deep gorges by cutting the mountains. So everywhere in between of the mountains there is a flow of river. Now Himalayan rivers cross a very long way from its origin to finally merge with the sea. Now what happened? All the Himalayan rivers are flowing in the east direction and they meet which is the Bay of Bengal, except Sindhu, that is Indus river, which flow towards the west side and it meets the Arabian Sea. Except Indus, that is Sindhu, which flows towards the west direction and it meets the Arabian Sea. All other rivers are flowing towards the east side and they meet the Bay of Bengal. Okay, now moving on further, we are going to talk about is the peninsular region. Now when you talk about peninsular river, okay, peninsular rivers are dependent on rain. These peninsular rivers are dependent on rain, which is quite uncertain, and so they do not contain water throughout the year. Now what happens over here? Peninsular rivers are always dependent on rain, which is quite uncertain. So why here the water content is not throughout the year? Because here no glacier is present, here no snow is present. So they are almost dependent on the rain. So therefore these peninsular rivers are called as seasonal rivers. Seasonal river means they are dependent on rain. Now during dry season their flow is either reduced or it is totally stopped. Now what happened? Whatever rivers are present towards peninsular, their flow, that is during dry season, the flow is either reduced or it is totally stopped. So compared to Himalayan rivers, they are shorter and shallow. Why? Because there is no continuous flow over there. So these peninsular rivers are shorter and shallow. Due to physiography and the slope of the mountain, most of the peninsular rivers are originating in Western Ghats. Now what happened? All the peninsular rivers are originating in Western Ghats They also flow towards the east direction, and they also meets the Bay of Bengal. Except Narmada and Tapi, which flow directly towards Arabian Sea, and Western Ghat. Western Ghat is acting as a main water divide of a peninsular river. It act as a water divide for the peninsular river. So this is something which is given in your table, that what is the differentiate between Himalaya and peninsula. Please go through this table so that you will come to know. Now perennial, as I told you, throughout the year it has a water content. Non-perennial means it is dependent. It forms a delta, means collection of water. It also forms delta as well as estuaries. Estuaries means it does not form some branches, it directly meets the sea. Meandering means curve shape, okay, zigzag way. Straight means directly entering into. As it is large, it is small. So these are some examples which is given a differentiate between Himalayan and peninsular river. Now, as I told you, all the river, that is Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, they all meet the Bay of Bengal. Only except Narmada and Tapi, they are not meeting Bay of Bengal. They meet directly towards the Arabian Sea. At the same way, Ganga, Brahmaputra, they all meet Bay of Bengal. Only river, that is Indus. Indus is meeting Arabian Sea. So this was all about your Himalayan rivers and your peninsular river. So in drainage system, we have studied about what is drainage pattern, what is meant by water divide, and what are the two main drainage system of India, that is the Himalayan river and the peninsular river. Thank you.